Hi there, this is Noah from Thrive, and I own a website agency in Seattle. And today I'm going to be taking you through my process for taking in clients who want web design and branding, giving them a proposal, and then delivering on that product and setting it live. This is about a 40-step process. I'm hoping to do this in about 5 minutes. The first thing we need is a 15-minute conversation. And I put dashes around anything that involves the client, such as this first call. So we have a 15-minute call to discover the basics of their project and their goals. And if I decide they're a good match, I involve my designer and we have a 1-hour screen share. We get deep into what are the goals of their project. Like, why are they doing this? Why now? And what their target audience's goals are, what success looks like for them, who their competitors are, all the things we need to write a proposal. And then we score them 0 out of 15 based on the budget that they have, the type of project it is, like are we interested in it, and how much they respect our process. Like, we don't work with companies that are just looking for an extra pair of hands. We work with companies that are looking to hire our expertise and trust that we have the information that they don't have. Like, if they don't need us, why are they talking to us? Next step is we send a summary of the 1-hour discovery call we had with them that reiterates, here are the goals you told us you have as a business. Here's the goals of your actual target audience, like what they want to do, what they want to accomplish when they go to your website and interact with your brand. We also make sure we understand, what does success look like for them? Like, over the next year, how are we going to know this website and this branding is successful? We also tell them that in the next 7 days, we'll be writing a proposal for them, and we'll have a meeting to review that with them in 7 days. At day 1 after this, I send them the Our Process page, which is really just these 4 phases down here. So they have a very clear idea, if they sign this proposal and work with us, these are the phases we're going to be going through and their involvement. And really, it's just a positioning thing where we show them that we really do have a process and we adhere to it, and you're in good hands and we know what we're doing. A lot of companies just don't have that, right? As you probably know. Day 3, we send them our Clutch profile. This shows all the success stories that are independently verified through Clutch. And then we finish the proposal, as I mentioned, within 7 days. We review that with the client over a screen share. And then they either sign it in the next couple of days, or we send a couple of email over the next 15 days just to add more value, tell them more about how they could be successful on any project, not just with us. After 15 days, I send a closed loop email because my proposals are only good for 15 days. If they do sign and pay their deposit, the project will start and we go into the discovery phase. Now, we've done a lot of discovery in that intake, which was all free to the client, but discovery go a little bit deeper. We email them their welcome packet and a welcome video. We set up them in Google Drive and LastPass and Toggle and ClickUp, all the things we need to do to track the project and make sure it goes smoothly. We gather their existing assets, such as a logo if they already have one they're going to use, any text content or photographs that they're going to use. We have a kickoff meeting with Adam. This is really just to set the baseline for the project and just get more related and just tell them the next steps here. We want to make sure that they're never confused about where they are in the process. Adam's going to then email a summary of that meeting, and he's going to start creating the sitemap, which is just a list of the pages on the website. We're going to have these pages here. Here's the general idea of the content will be in there. And it's just it looks like this actually. It looks like a flow map. Then they're going to sign off on that sitemap and say, yes, we're going to have a services page and we're going to have the about page and etc. Now, there's a decision to make here. If we are doing branding and logo package as part of this project, then we have to have a specific meeting for that. And then Adam will create the logo, sometimes the color and the fonts at that point, sometimes not. And then they will sign off on the logo. And then we'll move into the design and development phase, where Adam will create the homepage. He'll review it with the client. They'll give a round of feedback. Adam will then implement that feedback, and the client will sign off on the homepage. There is an optional round 2 of feedback. We usually don't need that, but there is that in there if they do need that. And then same thing for subpage. We design it, review it with the client. They give a round of feedback. We implement that feedback. They sign off on it, or they do a round 2 of feedback, implementation, etc. So after they sign off on the subpages, we spend some time to do some optimization for security and performance. and make it mobile friendly. And then the client at this point is actually going to sign off on the design and functionality of the website. And what's interesting in our process is at this point, there isn't any real text. We're using lorem ipsum, and I forgot to mention that. So we're using that Latin lorem ipsum, et cetera, in all of the designs, because we found that to be more successful than trying to write the content and then fit it into a design. We want the design to dictate the content. At this point, the client will actually pay the final 50% of the project, and then depending on if they have a copywriter or not, we'll go one of two paths. So if they have a copywriter, which we always recommend, like the biggest delay to a project is a client saying they're going to do their own content. We've had some clients spend 6 months to write, really subpar content for 4 pages. And that's why we have the payment structure this way, is we don't want to be hung up on a project and, for a year because a client doesn't have time to write the content. That being said, we do have 2 copywriters that they can hire to interview them and then write the content for those pages and really actually put the content into the website for them. Now, if they go the route of their writing the content, they supply the content to us one time, we put the content in for the website, and then it's done. The content is the last piece before we're ready to go live. Now, at this point, we do some pre-launch activities. We go live with the website over the weekend. Post-launch activities, just a bunch of technical stuff to get it all ready, SSL and 301 redirects. And then we train the client on how to edit the content of the website. This usually only takes about 30 or 40 minutes. We do it over a video. We record the video, give it to the client so they can reference it later on. And then the 30-day warranty starts. So if there are any issues on the website within 30 days, we fix that without any questions. We check in at 28 days. This is a meeting we have to have just to make sure everything is 100%. There's no issues. Just double check, dot our I's, cross our T's. And then we check in again at 60 days. So that's my process. I've been refining this over the years, especially the last 2 with some training from a company called WP Elevation. I'm open to feedback or questions, and I'm always trying to improve. So thanks for listening.